Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brandon coming at you from Applegate Animation, and today we are here to talk about some vector art. Bear with me a little bit, as this is the first YouTube video I have put out in quite some time. In fact, I believe the last YouTube video I produced was when I was in college, and I think it was my semester final. So bear with me a little bit while I get my bearings, and we will get rolling. So, as time goes on, I find that I get more and more addicted to YouTube. In fact, I look forward to some of the YouTube videos more than I do some of the network series that you get on cable. And one of these YouTubers that I really enjoy, his name is Mumbo Jumbo. He is a YouTuber for Minecraft. He actually does live streams as well through Twitch, excuse me. And just the overall sense of content and just audio quality and the things that Mumbo does, he's just on point. You know, you can tell the guy's been doing it for a while. He's mastered the art of video making, and it's just really enjoyable. And he's one of those YouTubers that I look forward to his videos on a weekly basis. So definitely go check him out, Mumbo Jumbo. Just check it out on YouTube. He also has mumbojumbo.com. It's a bunch of merchandise, t-shirts, coffee mugs, all that stuff. Another guy that has got me hooked since day one, his name is Paris Christou. He is the owner and operator of toonboxstudio.com. He also has Toonbox Studio as the YouTube channel, and several other social media sites as well. Just check him out, Paris Christou Toonbox Studio. And he got really popular by doing this pinup character called Cherry. And Cherry is very sexy, very beautiful, right? And there's hundreds of videos that he's produced of tons of different poses and facial expressions and hairstyles, and it's all just really great content. You can actually purchase some of his short classes and such to learn how to draw Cherry yourself and other types of cartoon animals. So these two guys are people that I watch on a weekly basis, and both make videos on things that I'm interested in. I am lucky enough to call myself a professional artist. I make art for kids games and animation. The two games that I'm working on currently are Puzzingo and Wonster Words. That's P-U-Z-Z-I-N-G-O, and Wonster Words, W-O-N-S-T-E-R Words. Both of these games are created for touchscreens. It doesn't matter if you play on iOS, Amazon, or Google Play. You can find those games on any of those markets. And in making these games over the last several years, we have found that Adobe Illustrator is pretty much the leading tool for vector artwork. It creates just crisp, clean lines, and that the way that you can export things for various programs is just fantastic. And the big bonus here for vector art is the fact that there's no relative size, right? As I mentioned, we kind of produce games on Amazon, Android, and iOS, so the variations in screen sizes and resolutions are just incredible, right? But when you create your art within Illustrator, those sizes no longer mean much because there is no relative size within Illustrator. You can export it at whatever size you need to, and it never distorts the image. So as I get further and further into game creation and learning about Illustrator and vector art, I start branching out onto YouTube, seeing if there's other YouTube artists that are creating vector artwork as well. And unfortunately, what I find most of the time is that most of the Adobe Illustrator YouTube videos are all geared around making corporate logos or t-shirt designs, or some of the t-shirt designs that are out there using Adobe Illustrator are absolutely fantastic. So I don't mean to demean anybody that uses Illustrator for corporate logos and t-shirt designs, but I find that those types of things are much more on the graphic design side and less cartoony. Right? I love cartoons, and I love the expression that you can get out of an animated character. And these videos that I see people make for Adobe Illustrator are just very far from the animated character. So what I thought, I have experience making videos, so I thought I would go ahead and produce one to see if other people are out there looking for the same type of stuff that I am. So as you see here, I'm working through a character design that I recently came up with. He is a chicken with a giant hammer and a throwing knife. He's got a scar over his left eye. And a couple days ago, I drew this pig, right? And he actually got a fairly good response from a lot of the social networks that I'm involved in. So I decided to go ahead and expand on this idea of anthropomorphic warfare. And this is where we end up here with this chicken. Now, one thing that I'm a real big fan on, as you may have guessed, is lines, line weight. I really like the stark contrast between the black lines and the white background, and the idea of line quality, trying to create depth with just thickness of line. And this is a topic that I've been trying to explore over the last few years. And unfortunately, in my professional life, we do not produce art with line work. So this is something that I have to completely explore on my own free time, which is not so bad, because I enjoy it, and I'll certainly find time to do it. So here, as you see, I'm just going through and kind of outlining a sketch that I have made previously, and using a lot of the pen tool, using a lot of these Bezier curves, which, by the way, is my belief why there is not a lot of cartoony Illustrator videos out there, is because the tools that you create within Illustrator are not very organic, right? They're nowhere near the paintbrush and pencil and eraser that the traditional artist is used to. So I feel like the organic artist definitely steers away from the use of vector tools such as Bezier curves and vertices and such. But as you see here, I'm just taking advantage of the different tools here, pulling out Bezier curves, copying different pieces, warping them. Here, if you look, there is different kind of line qualities that you can adjust, that you can select from menus, which are pretty amazing. So before I go into full-on tutorial mode, let's talk about some other things. My idea for this channel, for the next year at least, is to flush this idea out of this anthropomorphic warfare. Come up with a full host of characters, really flush their attitudes out, maybe give them some character sheets and some backstories, and really just get all the lines that I can get done this year done. And then in 2017, come back and give them some color. I do find it fairly difficult to color in Illustrator, as one of the strengths, as I mentioned before, is that Illustrator has these really clean and crisp and clear artwork, just crispy quality to it. And I find a lot of times as I start to color these images that I lose that crispness. I'm not exactly sure why, but it is definitely something that I'm going to be exploring and trying to overcome as we move on. So anyway, this year, 2016, going to come up with as many characters as we can, all anthropomorphic in nature, and all with some kind of battle background, battle history, ready to go to war. And so then in 2017, we can come back and start issuing some color palettes. So here you can see is the full chicken. Please, in the comments below, let me know what this guy's name is. I have yet to name him. Let me know if you liked it. If this is the kind of content that would resonate with you, if there's something else that you would see, if you're an Illustrator artist and there's things that I'm missing, please leave a comment below. Let me know. If you are a fellow cartoon enthusiast, let me know if there's other things that you would like to see as well. Give the video a thumbs up. I'll be making more this year. Stay tuned. Until then, live inspired.